Wednesday. However, today, because of the different programs, we've decided to introduce something new known as management skills. Okay, so the first thing you should put into consideration: management, accounting, and taxation. It is basically one examination paper. Okay, it is one paper. You'll see it has section A, section B, and section C. So that means every question you've been covering on Wednesday goes for only one paper. So you sit and ask yourself, start evaluating. Okay, the evidence you have on record, can it sustain the charge of passing? Okay, legal practice skills too. So these questions, these are legal skills that each and every lawyer requires. When you look at your accounting paper, it always has a theory part, okay, where they will ask you that what are the importances of accounting lawyers, okay? Then you outline why should lawyers have accounting in their minds, okay? Then when it comes to management, you ask yourself, what is the essence of management skills? Okay? In accounting as well. Okay? But it depends how the lecturer is happy to bring objectives. Okay? Yes. So now, when it comes to management, all of us will ever be managers. Okay? So we know the problems associated with management. So the rationale behind this course unit of management skills is to impart the management skills into lawyers. Why? Lawyers are managers of law firms and certain entities. Okay? So that implies that you can't take on certain positions unless you have qualities of, or you have the skill of management. Not everyone can be a manager. Trust me. Okay? Not you being the elder or not you being with money can make you a good manager. Okay? But this is a skill that we just acquire, and some of the people, they are born managers, whether you like it or not. Okay? These are the kind of people who can tolerate all categories of persons. Okay? The way you come is the way I will welcome you. At the end of the day, I will drag you with my experience. You do what I want. Okay? So managers are a distinctive group of people who know how to handle different situations. So this course unit of management is intended to impart the management skills. That's why the course unit is known as legal practice skills 2. So these are legal skills that an advocate should possess. But some lawyers are not managers. Okay? So now, this question has just been introduced to you. Okay? But the way it is, now I'm not explaining so many things. Okay? Things are not adding up. Okay? You see the way they are confusing. The same way it's going to be confusing. For us in our year, they gave us one question of management. One like this. You either pass it or fail it. They told us, give, the director used a certain English word that confused the entire LDC. Okay? People went out, they practiced examination malpractice. They, you could say colleague going out. Gosh, what is the answer? We took like 30 minutes. The answer was But the problem was just from English only. So when you are dealing with this paper, associate yourself with people from Namiryango, Budo, Kawempe, Kazungu Kavasiramu. People say that Muslim guys are handsome, Naya Kazungu. Inshallah. Okay, but that's a lie. That's a lie. Okay, so associate yourself with the persons who know English. This paper is simple once you have appreciated the wording. Okay, even if you look at the slides, they are sending you. The English that the director is using is a little bit complicated. So if you started from Church of Uganda schools, down there, Jinja, Masaka, Mbale, even Kampala here. Okay, so associate yourself with the dictionary to pass this paper. Okay, the paper has A, B, and C. We need only 50 marks. Only 50. Okay, you ask yourself, if you don't know accounting and you don't know taxation, okay, so no, totally closed. Okay, so ask yourself, because before you start learning, you should first understand the problems associated with what you're going to study, so that you find means on how best you can make ends meet so that you pass this paper. Okay, so what is supposed to be done? You need 50 marks, pass. Okay, but from 3 course units, literally, because it has accounting, taxation, and now the beauty is taxation. They set 3 numbers. Each number is out of, yes, it's out. The paper is out of 50. Okay, accounting, they always set 2 and objectives. Then management is always 1. When you look at that mathematics, that means you can get a 20 in taxation, you can get a 20 in accounting, and then you get a 10 from management. Okay, you see, if not, you say I'm getting 25 in management, I get 15 and 15. You get it. Okay, but the fact is accounting and taxation are the simplest to pass. Okay, that's the naked truth. You know what? You're going to enter an exam with the answer booklet of taxation, and you fail that paper. It will be so bad. They always give what we call a worked out example, but that example is always the question. They just change names and figures. But I assure you, people can't tell that it's the question. Yes, they give you a worked out. Remember, there is an example he gave in the first place. Remember it? You're going to, but if you look at that paper, it is the same question that you guys are doing, but they keep on changing names and figures. Exactly. He will give you that booklet. You enter with it. Actually, you don't enter with it. Once you sit in the exam, they come. That's what they first give you. So that you take time, you look at this worked out example. When the exam comes, or you just copy and paste. You remain with it. No. Okay. If not, he's going to give you all of the sections you need in taxation. All of the sections, they will give you that booklet with all the sections and where they apply the formulas. And again, you will fail. Okay, so what do we need? Okay, whenever we come here for taxation, cram a few things. Don't aim higher. Know where you can stop. Don't overstretch. Okay, don't overstretch. By the time we cover management, you will be able to tell whether my strength is in management, accounting, or taxation. So where your strength is, Please maximize. Me, I had issues with accounting and taxation. Money. So I said, my emphasis is on, and during our year, it was open book. Okay? So, but management, even if you go with the book, you can't copy from the book unless you understand. Because the way the question flows, it is totally different from what is in the book. Okay? So me, I said, after reading the question, when it's so confusing, I said, okay, what would the wise person do? I decided to write everything I know about management. Because the question was confusing. You couldn't tell what exactly the examiner wants. So I said, okay, what is management? Who is a manager? Types of managers, functions of managers. I wrote everything on management, and I left it. I left everything. Okay, but among the things that I wrote, the question wanted the principles of management. I had them, so that's how I survived. But people failed management in our year. We came out of the paper when we are sure that it because when you find one of the three, you come back to the whole set. You come back to the entire set. You do that paper, you do management, accounting, and taxation. Once you fail one, so you should be able to balance. That's why I've told you, sit and count. That if I get 10, 10, 10, that's that. Get 10, 20, 20. There you can go. Okay, so what they want, if you add your marks of 50, you get it. So make sure the way you aim, you are able to score a 50 from the theory when they add the marks you want to get. That's the same. Okay, but that paper makes people stay here like nothing. Okay, so we have to prepare very well. So that's why today I have decided to come and give a comprehensive introduction and understanding of management skills. Okay, it is a very simple question if you sit and understand. Okay, so in the very first place, we are going to, as we always do, okay, I'm going to give the outline of these questions up somewhere, okay? Because what's the last thing you covered in class? Management. Yes? So, yes? Because still very far. But they gave you the outline. They gave the outline. They sent you slides. Your slides go beyond the theories, not so. So what do they want? You have to read ahead of the way. Okay? I'm sure they sent you slides of money. They will send. Okay? But those slides are the same year to year. Only what changes, the examples we give. Okay? So let us deal with management. Okay, so the first question we have to ask ourselves, what is management? What is management? What is management? Under what is management, emphasis shall be made on the definition of management, the definition of management, and then theories of management. Then after understanding what is management, ask yourself, who does management? As the management. And who does the management? We shall go ahead and look at who is a manager. Who is a manager? Then, after understanding who is a manager, we shall look at characteristics of a good manager. Characteristics of a good manager. If not characteristics, sometimes they are referred to as qualities of a good manager. Then we shall look at levels of management. Levels of management, stroke types of managers. The middle, the lower, and upper. Okay, or top managers. Okay. We shall look at levels, stroke types of managers. Okay. Then, after looking at the different types, stroke levels of managers, then we shall look at problems associated with management. Problems associated with management. Then after that, we shall look at what do we manage? What do we manage? Under what do we manage? The first thing we shall look at will be management of people. Management of people. So now, under management of people, people have different problems. Okay, so the question you need to ask yourself, you as a good manager, for a company to prosper, okay, a manager has to bring different persons together. But these people come from different societies. They have different skills. But how are you going to bring these resources together and make a meaningful entity? So ask yourself, the problems, as if we are managing people, under management of people, what problems are associated with people? That's what we manage under people. Okay? You'll see these topics firstly are sent to you. If you have that book, there is a way it is written in a funny way. But after a keen eye, you will be able to read it. You can read that book in one night when it is done. Okay? So when you look at management of people, the problems associated with people are the things we manage in people. Let me ask Hajat, what's the first problem people have? Have you ever dealt with people? Emotions. So that will bring a So the first one is emotions. For example, okay, have you ever been in society where the man comes when he's the boss, but he has issues at home? When this person has issues at home, so that means this person, yes, is a manager, but he has what we call emotional issues. He's not intelligent to manage his emotions. So when he comes at work, you will know that Ajak did it. Either he didn't receive flowers on Valentine or something terrible happened. Okay? But there are a group of managers when you can't know whether this person is sick badly or not. And besides that, we have bosses who are so jolly. Okay? They can joke all the time. Okay? Either you can't tell whether something has annoyed this person or not. Okay? You joke, you are so free, so that even if you get a problem, you easily access your boss. You can't tell whether something has gone. That's what called emotional. But we have a group of persons. Nogezo osaga kobot no mugamba makeup asigalide bakyala badduka. I got A. You get it. Okay? Ngogamba ebimuli bya Valentine binakuwa bakyala basira. Is okay. You see, emotions. Then after emotions, what other problem comes? Jeff, what problem have you seen with when you're associating with people?
People fail to manage time.
That's another topic known as time management. Okay, time management. Okay, so set topic. Why? For example, when you look at LBC classes, they have a particular schedule. Okay, so as a result of that, everything has a particular time zone. Okay, so if you miss accounting and taxation, wait next week. Imagine it is a seminar for a company. The company will be losing. Okay, we have clients who order on time. Okay, then what other problem? Communication. Okay, so another challenge will be communication. People don't know how to communicate. Okay, people don't know how to communicate. Trust me. Yeah. Communication. Okay, why? For example, if you know, now let me tell you one thing. I'm using this example for academic purposes. The one person I know that, okay, currently I don't know, but there is deterioration. See the gentleman known as Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. That guy knows how to communicate. Why? When you go for communication, one of the things you need to do to first ascertain the category of people you're going to address and what they want to hear. That only. Okay? Currently, when that guy is going, first ask himself, going in leader, what do these guys want to hear? How should I approach them? So when he enters the trading center, starts, yo, wagwan, bus. So the whole community will want to listen to. So he will start addressing them like that. Okay? When he knows that I'm dealing with UN, what do they want to hear? Human rights. He starts. I'm telling you, in Uganda, this and this is happening. Why? That's what they want to hear. So he knows how to make the taste of audience. Okay? You see, he makes such jokes. Why? He wants to maintain the audience. He knows when and okay why. Communication keeps life in and in. Okay. But if Jaja is good, Jaja takes time. Okay. Tabonga na bayai. Okay. So you get it. Then, if not communication, which other problem is associated with it? Yes? Yes? Which other problem is associated with people? These are things we see on a daily basis. Okay? We have change. Do people want to change? Some of you still want to go back home. Okay? We don't want to believe the fact that LDC has a tight program. You should leave Ben and Valentine aside. You don't want to accept that. Okay? But once you agree that I am going somewhere and need to change, okay? You see, it was hard to believe that Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu could change that person, okay? But he had to accept change, okay? Until he is that kind of person. Yakiriza slowly from the long dreads, make them short, then shorter, then after up to no dreads. Mpola, okay? The person who used to sing Chidandali started changing to a particular direction, that edutainment. Then after, political edutainment. That accepts change. But some people don't want to accept change. So you can't work with someone. For example, we had circumstances where Airtel took over K2. Okay? Then if not that, we have circumstances where what changes better? Let me use and I'm also using this example for academic purposes. Remember, before Nook was named Nook, it was called before People Power. Okay? Remember Chibalama? Chibalama, after entering the memorandum of understanding, okay, he failed to accept change, that he's no longer the president of National Unity Platform. Okay? So sometimes when an institution makes some changes, kindly accept and bend according to the changes. It will damage our edit. Okay? So me as the manager, whenever I see change coming, I have to prepare my people in that life. Okay? You see what happened in COVID. You know why most companies failed? Because people failed to adopt change. COVID changed everything. So if MTN decide and say, because we have to change it to a public company, we can't sustain. So you see, but some people do not accept change. Okay? You've seen change has come. You didn't receive Valentine gifts. Someone else received in your position. Accept change. Okay? The hard yakozechi yakyusizaamu ya kiriza. Okay? Don't be like your steady and Prima on Twitter. Okay? Are we together? Then if not change, what other problems is associated with people? Okay? We have people who don't work, who do not want to work with others. So it's called teamwork. Okay? Teamwork. Share. The sequel Nabaganda. Okay? Yes, the sequel Nabaganda. Why? But if you come in our entity, we don't discriminate people. Okay? So how are we going to do the better team when we don't want to work with others? You get it? So that it's also a topic known as team building. Okay? So now those with that pool, count how many topics do you have? And we've mentioned around 70% of the topics in that pool. True? Yes? There are 8. How many have been left out? That's the last one. Performance and reward comes from team money. You see? So, but when you get that book, you say that I'm going to read it like this. Impossible. You can't. But when you take that flow, life becomes very simple. So I do that book one side is enough for you to cover the entire month. You leave them, they teach the way they want at the slowest pace, but just know you have to best at 4 weeks. Not so. Also 3 weeks. Okay? We don't count next week because the workshop is already out. Okay? We don't count next week. So you have best at the history. So within those 4 weeks, the presumption is management is going to be done. So that immediately after all is like this, you sit for that paper. Then I give you 3 days. Check with them very well. I think there are 2. Either it's Saturday and Sunday. Monday you sit the paper. Okay? So are we together? So now I want us to go back. We move slowly, following those processes. Okay? This management is very simple, but the way of grading is the problem. Yes? Yes, it is covered. Only 2 things are remaining. That is customer care and then and performance reward. But performance reward works under checks and balances in team building. Once you build a good team, whoever succeeds should be appreciated by, you check on the performance and then reward. You see? So we've summarized the entire course unit in just a quarter page. So what does that imply? You can read these management skills just within 1 day and you are contented. Okay? That's how we read professional conduct in 1 day, trial advocacy 1 day. Okay? So that, but the challenge is this one is new. I can't take you marathon. Okay? You need to first go on building slowly by. Yes. But when I realized that we've taken some good classes, it will not harm me to come. I cover the entire thing in 1 hour. Okay? Yes. Because I want there, when you approach it, have days to do the question bank only like that. Okay? Because we have to prepare for orals very well. This tendency of living here at 9:30. I don't know where shall we be, but we shall be living around midnight every day. Okay? Because you have to be super composed. Okay? So now let's deal with money. Okay? We don't have case law, we don't have act. You know why people fail? You are used to the law. So reading something without which has no section, yeah? There is a word sounds funny. That's why people pass taxation, but they can't pass accounting. It has no section, it has no case. Same applies to management. That's the only thing that makes that paper hard. So that because all these other course units, you are used to the law because of the pressure. Now, when they bring something without the law, you feel like, I do it in my own, but you never get that time. At the end of the day, that's clear. Okay, so let us commence. What is management? Okay, what's management? Answer, Jeff. What's management? Yes, what's management? Aisha, what's management? Yes. Separating of books. Yes. What's management? Okay. What you should note that Management is defined in two things. It's either an art or science. Just get the two definitions. Then you ask yourself, which definition works for me? So if it is an art, it is just inborn. Okay? Remember, no one is born with science. Okay? We just study the science of doing things. But an art is born. That's why at the start I told you, we have persons who are born managers right from the start. Okay? You can't name your child Gekwas. A Japanese Gekwas all the time. Okay? But look at those names which have beautiful meanings. Okay? Yes? Is the former director of this. Yes, this one. And yes, this one was also once here. Okay? So now, let's start with the art. Okay? If we are defining management as an art, okay? So, we'll give it a try. That's already. Question what's management? Okay? To me, we can say that management is an art of bringing different resources together, is the art of bringing different resources together. Why do you bring different resources together? To do what? To achieve efficiency and what? Effectiveness. Okay. This is the art of bringing different resources together to achieve efficiency and effectiveness. Because there is no company which gets a manager to make a loss. No manager. No manager. Now Cristiano Ronaldo are in Manchester United. Okay? We need a manager like who? Mikel Arteta. Okay? So now, from that definition, we've said that bringing different resources together. Okay? What resources do we bring together? Types of resources. What resources do we bring together? Yes? Cancer said human resource. Okay? The first resource is, okay? Yes? The first one we have resources. We did entrepreneurship, not so? The first one is we have labor, which is okay. Then skills, then time. The fourth one, capital, money. Okay. So you see, if you have all the now, if you see, okay, we have labor, skills, capital, and time. Have you realized that those skills, when you reflect them, they are under the topics you're going to cover after? You get it? Okay. So now, that is art. What about the science? Okay. The science. Yes, Brenda, give us the definition of this. It's okay. I knew you love management as a science. But when you are in an exam, go with what is simple. When I was here, I said, even if I get 50, provided I'm out of LDC, again, grade, I'm telling you. You find someone with a perfect grade, then I'm put at the vote in Uganda one. you can sweat, I'm telling you. Those people with poor grades, they work hard out the year. When you pass with the first class, and some people can't defend their first class. Okay, so we go on. So what is the science? Yes, Aisha? Science. How would we incorporate management in science? Yes? Aisha Mto. What is management as a science? Yes? What is management? Because what is management as a science? Now you see this, what you should understand on science, you just acquire this skill by academic qualification. That's because this science, you study the science, that's why it's called a systematic. Okay, everything is done according to your qualification. Okay, that's why we have job opportunities, we have working experience. Okay, why? The way that systematic flow, you testify this. If you realize that people with certificates or diplomas, they easily get jobs. Yes. Okay. For example, someone with a certificate in nursing or a diploma in nursing can easily get a job than a person with a direct degree. Same applies to a person with a diploma in administrative law, can become a manager of an entity very fast than a person with a degree in law. Why? People with diplomas, they are hands-on, hands-off. They teach them that systematic flow of doing things. Look at teachers with diplomas in primary schools. They know we have to wake up, make a plan. So this person comes with a plan. Very early in the morning, pins it here that at this time we shall be squatting. This time they will be sleeping. But those with degrees, see how they teach you here. You get it? Why? For them, they know that they will be teaching people of their same level. So they don't waste time with that systematic flow of doing things. That's why people with diplomas, they are good managers. So never joke with someone with a diploma when you've gone for an interview. Okay? May I have a sister of mine? She went in an international school. It is an Islamic school. It's just established. They're giving some good money. So when she went, they told them to enter for an interview. You know the way they teach at Chibuli, PTC. The ordinary mode of doing things. So when she entered, they told her, "Ashuru are in class, proceed." You know that how those ordinary primary teachers. So she started, she said, "Today we are going to study sound." Sound. Remember the current mode of teaching, they use sounds. Eh? So she started. Now, other colleagues were having degrees. Okay, so for them, their mode of teaching was different from hers. Immediately after the interview, even before giving her the results, the panelists asked her, "Do you have some other people who teach exactly like you? We need 10. The one is going to recommend, and every person you recommend, we are giving you a bonus." Why? That systematic way of doing things. So for them, they just acquire this skill of management of this class from school. But there is a distinction between someone who is naturally born a teacher, that's what we call, that is the other part of management. So they are two. We have this one of a science that we study and acquire, then this one of an art. You are born like that. Okay? So you ask yourself, the managers at your workplace, where do they fall? Okay? I will get it. So now, after understanding, okay, what is management? Okay, we have, where does management emanate from? Theories of management. Theories of management. I'm sure everyone knows about theories. Yes? I've heard of the word jurisprudence. Guys, what is jurisprudence? Yes? As I said, jurisprudence is the spirit of the law. But even in Islam, you have jurisprudence. So the right word is this, the legal reason. So when it comes to theories, theories teach what we call jurisprudence. Okay, so when you will go for theories of management, you are going to look at how different people reason in management, because we believe that this would be the best way, this would be the different, that's why they are called different theories. So we look at different theories and we see which theory works better. Okay, the first theory. When? Yes, what's the first theory? Because this is the class that you guys have had, not so? Yes? Now let me tell you. You see, let me tell you. It's the mode of teaching management. Agenda kubwayo. Nga temutegedde nti mumazeeyo. Nga some of you are still on the first class of introduction. They send an email that these are the last slides of management. You ask your neighbor, have we been studying? You collapse. You say, I told you that last term professional conduct ended. Have you had anything on legal writing this term? It ended. You covered the course unit. Try and focus. Do you still have classes? So you're waiting. Everything is done. So you see the way the category B ends when you don't know that it has. Have you had accounting this time? Okay, and taxation. Just, I think you are in your last classes. Not thinking you are the last classes. We did, but we're going to repeat. Okay, we shall repeat. Yes, Council. So let's get the different theories. Okay. Okay. So
administration, the board of directors, and others.
Okay, so now when you look at the first theory, it's called the administrative theory. Okay, the administrative theory, it's one actually our government uses. It's what we call decentralization, where power is divided to different sectors. So when you look at the administrative theory believes in creating teamwork. Okay, where you create different teams, you give them different heads who are answerable to a particular person. That's what the systematic flow. Okay, because for them they believe that the administrative theory allows checks and balances. Okay, because administratively power should come from the top, then it is being divided. Okay, but we have some entities where for them they don't believe in administrative theory. When power and control of an entity is centered on one person, so such an entity, you don't talk about the administrative theory. Okay, so the administrative, because we don't have books we're going to read as such. Okay, so now when we bring it back to the legal way, have you ever read any law which talks about administrative, the administrative theory? Have you read of the Companies Act? Here it has the administrative theory. Okay, have you realized that? Who heads the company? The directors. The directors appoint who? Secretary. Not so? Who appoints directors? Shareholders. What does that imply? That the director is appointed by shareholders. This means that the actions of the director are controlled by then the director appoints the secretary. That means the actions of the secretary are controlled by power. And then after that, the director can't manage the company alone. They get who? Auditors. So the auditor is a special team for accounting. Okay. And then after the auditors have done their part in the annual general meeting, they will come back and report to the shareholders and they declare dividends. You see, they have created different teams, and these teams, they meet together. They discuss what has happened in this team and what has happened in this team. Okay. And when you bring that, what happens, business that is dispatched at the annual general meeting, okay, it is checking on the work that was supposed to be done during the year. Okay. What topic is that in management? Now, the last topic, okay, where you check on performance, it's called performance. And because in the annual general meeting, you will see where they say employer of the year. Okay, they increase someone's salary. Why? We have checked on the performance and then we have rewarded. Okay, so when you bring it to the legal perspective, the company basically they operate in what we call the administrative theory. Okay, because all we need just understand. By the time you get to read that book on a personal basis, life will be very simple. Okay. Then the second theory. Okay, the motivational school of thoughts. Everyone wants to be appreciated. Okay. If you work in an entity where you are not appreciated, automatically you will want to quit. So this school of thoughts, for them, they believe that every person deserves to be. So for them, it doesn't matter, okay, whether it is administrative or what, but what matters, once you make a check on a performance and someone has performed, kindly reward that person. Why? We need to motivate them. Okay, so that school of thought believes in uplifting the status of the employees in the company. Okay, it believes in uplifting the status of the employees. If we are in an entity, okay, I have employed you people, I should make sure that by the time you leave the entity, at least, let me give you an example. There are certain employees that to leave certain entities, they can't. They can't. Yes? Now, I was watching a story of a certain gentleman known as Zambali Brasio Mukasi. That gentleman started working with which TV station? Then after he went to Capital. But I swear I never heard of him that he was at Capital FM. Okay. Now, when I was hearing his story, he was talking about Capital. I was like, bless you, Mukas, only Capital. Okay. So when this guy in his story, he says he saw an advert. Okay. When the Kabaka of Uganda was inviting people to work with BBS Telefina, he was being paid. He was being given 800 at Kaka. Okay, now he was being given 400,000. So when he received the proposal from Telefina, they told him they're going to pay him 800. So he came to the boss with a resignation letter telling him how he is resigning. So the boss asked him, where are you going to work? He said, I'm going to BBS Telefina. So now he realized that he's losing someone good. He told him, I'm doubling your salary. Immediate effect today. I'm giving you 1.6, but I'm going to make it 2 million. So that your net salary is, what was the essence? Just to motivate him. So that he doesn't go. But the time after which you are trying to motivate someone, this person has already lost interest. So the time you see this person entering the X and you discover the ability of this person, motivate this person right from the start. So that theory basically looks at motivation. So ask yourself, what are the different ways through which managers should motivate employees? Okay, so that theory basically looks at motivation. So if for you believe that your management is going to be centered on that theory, start thinking between lines the different ways of motivating employees. Okay, for example, sometimes when you sit and talk with some of your employees, you'll be able to realize that they are facing financial hardships. Like now they are facing hard moments to pay school fees for their children. So what some companies do, they create scholarships. Okay? That is good. How will you tell that person to leave that company? Okay? Then others, they bring medical insurance. Okay? Then others go by way of promotions. Okay? May I have a colleague who works in judiciary. So last year, these guys had started losing the motivation. So when the permanent secretary, may God bless him, okay, came on board, he asked them, how have they been earning? Then after that, these guys have been paid below. He told them, count the years you've spent in judiciary, okay? And we are paying your salary. The difference, okay? If you are supposed to be given 2M and you're given 1M, so they are giving you that money that was not paid. Guys received the money. Last year, I had a colleague who was here, who happened to be part of that team. Yes. Yeah. Someone received a message of 20 million. Yeah. She jumped out of class. You know something you don't expect? How you tell that person to leave the judiciary? Okay. And after that, she received a message. They had given her insurance. Okay. Giving birth, everything was catered for. Then she started saying, I should get married. When I'm still in judiciary, I choose the best hospital. Everything is catered for. You see? So such motivations keep people love. Okay? Even These certificates they give people, they keep someone motivated. But we have some managers, when they don't appreciate their employees, okay? When they don't appreciate, you do something and this person sees it as something normal, okay? Yes, you come from Masaka, you find Hajat here, okay? You look at her, you say, yeah, Hajat. You sell your cows, you sell your bananas, you come, you give her some command. Kumbe haja aleka akamisa kantwala abiri buli lunaku. Kyokka bw'ozitundidde biri katinakati. Kyokka musa. Now, why? Okay? Because she's used. Okay? So some employees are of that nature. They don't appreciate. But these different tokens of appreciating, always make sure that you have, when you believe in that theory of motivation, you have to move with that theory. Look for the different ways of motivating people. Okay? And if not that, we have what we call, when you realize that someone has a particular skill that you will need, uplift that skill. Okay? There is a guy, this guy does a program called, I'm forgetting his name. It's called Lugomvu. Okay? Lugomvu didn't study mass communication and journalism, but it was just an inborn talent. This guy happened to be working in Juba. So when that war broke out in Sudan, the guy was at the scene. So most radio stations wanted someone to report for them directly. So as this guy wrote, applying to some radio stations, but they didn't know him. They didn't give him an opportunity. Now he said, imagine. So, lucky enough, WBS saw him. He came, but they didn't appreciate him there and then. So they asked him, which language you prefer? He said, Uganda. And by that time, WBS wanted someone with English. So they first dropped him. So there is they had news in Uganda. So what happened? The day this guy came, the person didn't appear. And the advert was running, news. So they called him. Can you speak Uganda very well? You know how to read it? Come and try out. So they gave him to try out. The guy told him, go to the set, keep your eyes straight forward. The screen is there. So he went he didn't make an interview, but because he had that inborn talent, and he was seeing what these guys were doing, so he could go back and practice. So the first time the guy appeared on air, after they asked him, for how long have you been doing this? He told them, it's my first time. Then Wavamuna realized that this guy had talent. That's when he started his career. He went for further studies. And by the time he was there, WBS was closed. So, but the guy continued working out for him. When he came back, he was appointed at BBS Telefina. Currently, it's one of the biggest brands. Why? They saw the talent in him. So they decided to work with him. But when some people see you that you don't have experience, they ask for experience which you can't even afford. So they just drop us because we don't drop them. What to do more? Okay, they will do more. For us in Islam, they tell us that once you marry your wife and you realize that there are things she doesn't know. Don't drop her. Okay? Teach her how it is supposed to be done. Because if you drop her, you'll find another woman, but with a different problem. So So, applies to these employees. If you believe in that theory of motivating, people have talents, I'm telling you. Okay? People have talents. Not, I saw a certain man that my argumentative friend, the way I'm so argumentative, I think I can become a lawyer. Let them try. The first day in class, they will stop being argumentative and go back to their normal style. Okay? So, then our third theory. Yes, Council. Traditional or classical theory. Traditional or classical theory. Aish, what do you understand by traditional theory? Yes? What do you understand by the traditional theory? Yes? But what do you understand by the traditional theory? Yes? Brain. What do you understand by traditional theory? Yes? Hey. What do you understand by the traditional theory? Yes? Council is saying that that traditional way of doing things, okay? Now, when you look at this theory, well, on the face of it, it may look like the administrative theory, but it has some unique features. It is called traditional stroke classical. Okay? What does this imply? We may have a task, okay? But this task will be divided into different other tasks. Why? When you look at the way Uganda was being governed, okay? The Kabaka sat down, he appreciated that he's the overall administrator of Uganda. But it was hard for him to be everywhere. So he decided to divide his duties according to different districts, known as Amasaza. So they created Amasaza. Initially, Uganda had only 4 counties. 4. Okay? That is Chadondo, Bugerere, Busiro, and Musulu. Initially, but these others, they came after colonization of Bunyoro-Kitara Kingdom, because it was the largest kingdom, because it was covering 90% of East Africa, Bunyoro-Kitara. Okay? So now, yes, it was the hugest kingdom, but it was decentralized. Baganda, they colonized those guys. Okay, so, but after realizing, they went on. So this theory believes in dividing that task, okay, into different other tasks, okay, so that we have what we call efficiency and effectiveness. Okay, so that theory basically believes that once everything in the workplace is divided or broken down into smaller ones for easy accomplishment. Remember, let me use examples of high school. In high school, there is organized function. For example, we had music, dance, and drama, but it could take a lot of time. So on that fateful day, okay, so the presumption is the school is the workplace, the institution. So for effectiveness, accomplishment of that task, they went ahead and divided it into different points. Okay. Okay. Are we together? So for effective management and accomplishment, they divided and said, teacher so and so, you'll be in charge of welcoming visitors. Teacher so and so, you'll be in charge of inviting the house to perform. Teacher so and so, you'll be in charge of lunch. Teacher so and so, you'll be in charge of welcoming the guest speaker. Why? It was entire duty which was divided for easy accomplishment. Why? In our traditions, we believe we have the Ubuntu system. Why? You exist because I exist. So if we join hands, we can make a better tomorrow. That's why it's called the traditional stroke classical. You divide the entity into different classes for easy accomplishment. Okay? That's why I told you. Administrative, it is strict, it doesn't, but this one, just for that particular moment, and it is done. Okay, the entity is divided into different classes. After accomplishing the task, the classes can cease. Okay. Do you have any other theory? Yes. Yes. Behavior. Okay. The behavior theory. Aish. Yes.
Excuse me,
The
Councillor
behavior
Rashid.
theory. How do you understand the behavior theory? Yes.
Excuse me, Councillor. Someone is in the waiting room.
They have been admitted. It's their network that is playing them. Council, what do you understand by the behavior theory? Yes, Council. What do you understand by the behavior theory? Yes.
How can you split a person who has a certain class is different from how motivate a person who is a lower class? For example, for people who are still young and are still living up to give an example of things, you will be motivated by different things. For say, like maybe the pay is higher, you don't be the same way as the person has someone they have. Their motivation comes from something. That's how I see it.
Okay, so that behavior theory basically depends on what we call expectations. Okay, now let me tell you, I'm using this example for academic purposes. Okay, you see, me, if I happen to become the president, okay, yes, 2026, I'm coming. If I happen to become the president, no, we have some tasks which need to look at expectations. In the just accomplished presidential elections, okay, we had a category of people which were appointed based on their behavior expectations. Okay, now when this person goes somewhere away, so many the presidential advisor, why? These guys, after being appointed, they had expectations. So President Museveni, as a manager, okay, of an art, knew that if I get this category of person and I place this person here, I'll get this following. Okay, someone was said the ghetto presidential advisor. Why? We had a threat from the ghetto, so we had to get also our own ghetto gladiator. Why? There was a conflict of who is the ghetto president, so we had to get a de facto ghetto president. Why? He expected a lot. That's why after these people were complaining, twakola, expectations. So when you are dealing in management and you want to go with the behavior theory, just look at your employees. You know, you can, even if you go back home, those with children, okay? You have a child who wants to be seen as extremely responsible. So if you want work to be done at home, when you leave it, you tell that person, Ahmed, I should find everything clean at home for Saga. Why? This person has that expectation because you've seen the character. So let this person be the head. For that one day, you'll find everything done in line. So when it comes to management, when you are managing an entity and you're looking at the behavior theory, look at your employees, okay, and ask yourself, what do they want? Okay, we shall always have that one employee who is so nice at organizing parties. So now we say, I want to organize a Thanksgiving because we've done what we call, okay, we've checked and we want to appreciate these people. So now this person, because she's so good at organizing parties, you tell her, Hajat, sit and come up with a plan and the structure of our end of year party. Hajat is going to feel part of the entity and so special. Okay, you see why? Because you know she loves partying, so put her in that line. You see that, okay, I have an employer who loves research. Make that person head of the research department. You will see. Okay, so you look at the expectations of these people. Okay, the expectations of someone from the back was just fresh is different from someone who has ever been employed. Okay, that's why most of young lawyers will face problems in law firms because they know the expectation is this simple money that runs. Okay, you want to go home, go out, so you'll be giving that cut 100 from nowhere. You say yes, again that from nowhere they say they give you a 20K for transport from town to Making this year. 10K for 20K. Can you get tax? So that you save, they know. But when something you're going to do is going to earn this person how much? But the day the payment is made, your boss will not come at work. You get it? But they know your expectations. So the moment you try to change, the behavior of the boss also changes. Why? They look at our expectations. So they keep on driving us on expectations. So you keep working. naye omusajja yabakozeeko nga kirala kijja ngera ateekawo like that. That's how people manage law firms. Why? Expectations. Law firms, okay, don't do that. Okay, all of us have been victims, but after learning that, okay, practice is for those who are big-headed, you go to the traditional mode. How your ancestors also operated. Simple. Okay, so that basically looks at, so you just look at your employees, because if you are within this, you can tell. Okay, you can't send someone. Now, the mistake, they used to send full figure to address a certain category of people. Okay, okay, why? It was a wrong choice for that. Okay, so if you know that someone loves this, send them that direction, they'll do it. Okay, simple as that. Okay, so is management hard? Okay, this one depends on expectations of employees. Okay, do you have any other theory? Okay, do you have any other theory? So chances are high that's where your first class ended. Okay, your first class with the director, but you've realized it's not the director teaching you. You should get the director. Director is good in management, but he will teach you online, I'm sure, because the director will teach you. But he gives marks. That's what you should know. Okay, so now the presumption, do we have any question? Director, he's good. He tells you how things are said, how everything is done. Okay, so now, is there anyone who has a question on what is management? No. Okay, do you have anyone who doesn't understand what is management now? Oh, it's a week, but you guys will take back on Monday. You skip Tuesday, you do Wednesday, you skip Thursday, you do Friday.
It's very good.
Okay, but what not to go over paper LBC? By the time you get out like this, you are exhausted. You don't even want to read the signpost. I'm telling you. Okay, you say, let me guys sleep. By the time you sleep like this, it's tomorrow. Okay, and when tomorrow comes, hostel, one case. I'm telling you. Okay, but you guys will pass. Don't worry. So, are we all together at that point? Okay, so now, after us appreciating what is management, we've been answering our first question. What is our second question? Who does management? So that's the question we shall start with. So under that, we shall look at who is a manager, the characteristics of a good manager. Okay?
That's for when? Tonight?
Wednesday. Tomorrow we have to meet.
Yes.
We shall meet online for the IA. For the IA, yes. Land is on Friday. All we meet tomorrow, we do the IA and land.
Yes. Yes. Tomorrow.
Okay, it's okay, it's okay. Okay. So, yes.
We meet and we add on it.
Yes. So we proceed up to 8. Yes. Now the challenge is, okay, yes, I don't have problem with proceeding, but I don't want you to cover something you have not yet covered. It is dangerous. Okay? It's dangerous. I have reasons why. People will start, someone was quoting just this movie. Yes? Okay. Mm-hmm.
Get my taxation. I only define what is taxation.
They may give you, but it's rare. Okay? They may not. Okay, so members, let's get back. So when we are dealing with who is a manager, we shall first define who is a manager. Okay. Yes, not yet. That one was management. Okay. Here we have to deal with who is a manager. After understanding who is a manager, we shall look at characteristics of a good manager, the interpersonal skills. Okay, a good manager and interpersonal skills. What skills should you have? Technical skills, so that those different skills that a good manager should possess. Then after, we shall look at the different types of managers, levels of managers. In that book, there is a pyramid. You've seen it. There is a pyramid somewhere which has levels of, those are types of managers. Okay, sometimes are called levels. Okay, it is that pyramid that we shall explain. Okay, so now allow me for the first time bring this session to an end at this time. Okay, reason being, we have believers here. Okay, believers, who believe that it was an injustice, the disappearance of His Eminence Jenan Lumo, because tomorrow we are celebrating his life. That's why it's a public holiday. But at LDC, you should not have a public. So guys, tomorrow we have to meet for the IA. We shall meet online, but I don't know what time is convenient for you people. Okay, so let me wish you the best. Those who haven't received flowers yet, don't lose hope. The week is still on and the month is still on. Okay, may God bless you. God protect you, grant you health and wealth. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay.